Hello everyone, this is part 28 of What If Naruto Figured It All Out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. 5 years had passed since the Skuld came to the Hidden Leaf. The village appeared to have improved a little. The houses had a better look, but there were less people in the streets. Namikaze Minato, now 25 years old, was coming from a mission with his 3 students, Uchiha Obito, Rin and Hitaki Kakashi. Minato left being an Anbu 2 years ago, when the Hokage thought it would be better for him and for Konoha that he served as a Junin, so he could train some younger ninjas and help more the others in war. Last year, he became sensei of his 3 students, who now take missions with him, although, not very dangerous ones, those Minato took alone. The Junin reached his house, the same he had his entire life, and grabbed the newspaper on the floor. He opened the door and looked everywhere. A sweet smell of cake was filling the area. Raspberry cake, Minato whispered. My favorite. He slowly and quietly walked through the living room, but he heard a female voice starting to sing. Eating roasted browns in the harbor, watching the white world in front of me. Hearing the howls of the nearby wolves, under the soft tones of the sunset. The voice sang. Minato decided to stay behind the kitchen door, hearing the song. The Earth nights in the west, where the sun sleeps and the mist turns into ice. The more the Junin heard the song, the more he was certain that he had already heard it before. North is the sun's right side and shows me the land of the 2 sides of life. From where you came and for where you go. Land of the dragons and the winds. Minato closed his eyes, trying to remember the song. It's the place of legends and the immortality, and where the heaven touches the earth, the place of the 9 worlds. Minato opened his eyes again. This song, I remembered someone singing it for me, long ago. The voice continued. Land of the fire is the south, placed in the same direction the ring you gave to me. Then I look to the place the moon rises back, place of birth and renovation. Home of the waves, where the music embraces passion. Minato opened the door and saw Frigg singing while washing the dishes. He smiled to her. Her hair was now brown, once the potion had already worn out. Frigg needs to wear a wig. She didn't notice Minato and continued. This is my harbor of wind and waves, where the sea is painted with white waves and the wind blows with the sacred beings. And you, God of my heart, who rises the sun and moon, Frigg stopped. You can continue, I was enjoying. Minato said. Frigg was caught by surprise. Minato-san, she exclaimed. You're back. Minato went near her. Frigg blushed a little. I made you a cake, so you could eat when you return. That will be awesome. Minato said, blushing. But now, Minato gazed Frigg in the eyes. I want you to finish the song. Frigg looked away from Minato's eyes, blushing even more. I can't, Frigg said. Minato looked to her. Why not? The lyric was so beautiful. Minato said. Frigg continued looking away. This was the song Rainfield Heim sang to Kurogen Dono every time he came back from a mission. Frigg explained. No one was able to memorize the song until the very end. Only Kurogen Dono and Rainfield Heim knew it entirely. Minato continued looking to her. It's named, the Hoffen af Vindur Ogvava. You need to translate it for me, I can't understand ancient Norse. Minato asked. Frigg looked to him. It means, the harbor of wind and waves. Frigg translated. Minato looked to her, with a suspicious face. Are you sure? Minato asked. She noticed his expression. How curious. Minato smiled. Frigg found it strange. Come to the living room with me and bring some cake. I wanna read the news. Frigg smiled. The man sat on the sofa and Frigg entered with the cake and some juice. She sat down near Minato and gave him a piece of cake. It's delicious, Minato said. She blushed. Minato had to pass through hell until he started eating decent food. Frigg took more than 2 years until she started to cook eatable food. Before that, Minato usually had stomach aches, alimentation disturbances, and some hospitalizations, not for speaking in the times she blew his house when she was trying to learn how to use the oven. So now, he is really happy that she had become a nice cooker. I've heard from the Hokage that you've told him about an attack from the grass country. Minato said. Frigg looked to him and smiled. I'm glad I can help, she said. Minato smiled too. Thank you, he said. The two looked for a while, but then they quickly looked aside, much blushed. Let's see the news, Minato said on a rush and put the newspaper in front of his face, starting to read it. Frigg bound her hands, while blushing even more. What? Exclamation mark quote. She looked alarmed to Minato. He appeared to be somewhat shocked. Orochimaru-sama ran away from Konoha, along with his student and some other subordinates. Minato read from the journal. But, I thought he was going to be chosen as the Yondaime Hokage. How did this happen? Minato appeared not to accept the news. Poor Jiraiya-sensei, he really considered Orochimaru-sama as a friend. I need to meet him. Minato was about to get up, but Frigg held him. He looked to her. Jiraiya-san went after him. Minato looked down. Sorry. This surely was not the time for Konoha to lose two excellent ninjas as them. Minato said, worried with Jiraiya. Frigg smiled to him. Don't worry. Jiraiya-san will come back alive and unspoiled. Frigg guaranteed. Minato smiled with relief. The two stared again at each other. Someone knocked. Coming, Minato said and opened the door. It was Shikaku and a long black-haired woman. Oh, see who has appeared. Come on in, Minato invited with a smile. The two entered and Minato asked him to have a sit. So, what made you come here? Well, Shikaku blushed a little. Minato looked to him. The black-haired woman looked to Shikaku. You see, I decided. The woman corrected. Shikaku smiled to her and then looked back to Minato. We decided to get married, Shikaku said. Minato was caught by surprise. Frigg, as expected, was already waiting for that. Married? When? Minato asked. Within 2 months, Shikaku said and then looked down. Minato noticed his expression. The war is taking the lives of thousands of Leaf Shinobis. I wanna profit my life the much I can. I know it can be troublesome, but I wanna knowing that I've made something. The black-haired woman looked to him. I love Yoshino so much, Shikaku smiled and put his hand above hers. I wanna marry her. Yoshino smiled. Oh, Shikaku, don't say those things in front of other people, you know I blush. Yoshino said, blushing a lot. Shikaku closed his eyes, smiling. Truths are to be told, Shikaku said and looked to Minato. Before. You want to say me something, don't you? Minato asked. Shikaku continued staring at him. I need to talk you. Shikaku got up. Minato followed his moves. Yoshino, would you mind staying her? Not at all, I can have Fuller-san making my nails. Yoshino said, grabbing Frigg's hands. The moon woman was caught by surprise. Please, I want you to be the one doing them in my weeding. You're so good at it. Thank you, Yoshino-san. Frigg said with a smile. Minato looked to her, smiling without intention and blushing a little. Shikaku noticed and then looked down. The two men went to the balcony. What do you want to tell me? Minato asked. Shikaku looked to him. Have you heard about Orochimaru's escape? Shikaku asked. Yellow Flash looked down. Yes, how could he do something like that in moments like the ones we're living? It's sad, Minato said. Shikaku continued looking to him. Hokage-sama now is thinking if he is going to continue as Hokage for a little more time, or if he is going to choose another successor. Shikaku informed. Minato looked anxious to him. He is now gathering information about numberless Konoha ninjas and trying to find out someone perfect for the spot. Of course, it needs to be someone with heart and guts for the place. Minato smiled to him. Why the smile? Nothing. I was just. Minato looked to the Hokage's monument. Did Orochimaru come to speak with you before leaving? Shikaku asked. Minato had no idea why he was asking that. Orochimaru-sama, speaking with me. Why? Minato asked. Shikaku looked down. His conscience started to wait. Nothing, it was just for knowing, Shikaku lied. Why can't I tell him the truth? Sorry, Minato. The Nara thought. Minato realized he was hiding him something. Shikaku noticed and decided to change the subject. So, with me getting married, you will be the last one of our class to be single. Minato looked to him as if he was digesting the phrase. What? Minato screamed. Shikaku quietly laughed. Everybody else is married. Me. Single. I can't believe. Minato's head fell down. Don't be like that. Shikaku tried to cheer him up. You have more time to train than any one of us. More. You're far better than everybody. Other shinobi came to your house searching for your advisors for their war missions. Your war experience and your political genius surpass anyone else in Konoha. Even the Fire Country Lord wanted you to serve as general in the country's army. Minato raised his head. You should be proud of yourself. I am, he answered with a smile. But, I also wanted, Minato looked through the window, seeing Frigg with Yoshino. I also wanted to have someone to welcome me and warm me up after a long and hard mission. Shikaku noticed to where his friend's eyes lied and decided to mock with him. How are you expecting to get married if you dump girls one after another? Shikaku played. Minato became red and very embarrassed. Poor little things always ended up crying because you always seem to have the head on the moon. Minato continued looking to him, trying to explain himself. It's not like that. They needed 100 attention in very single moment. I couldn't do it. They were, how should say, let me, because, they, you see, they were. They were not fuller. Is it that, what you were going to say? Shikaku asked. Minato blushed a lot and looked aside. He looked very handsome with his face blushed. Oh. Is it that much? Minato started breathing deep and then bit his lip. You know, even a kid can notice it. You don't take your eyes out of her. When you said, I also wanted to have someone to welcome me and warm me up after a long and hard mission. You were describing what Fuller-san does with you every time you came back home. Why are you holding back? Minato rubbed his hand on his face and then looked aside again, blushed. You know, a man shall be able to control his emotions and impulses, but it is not good for a man to hold them inside of himself for so long. You will not hold it forever. Minato bound his hands. I'm your friend. I'm saying this because I care about you. Yellow Flash didn't answer. Oi, Minato. When is your marriage? Minato asked, without looking to his friend. January, 23 Road. Shikaku said. I will be there. Minato assured. I'm going to train my Rasengan, I need to improve it. Improve. Shikaku was caught by surprise. How can you improve something that it is already perfect? No, I got the feeling that Rasengan can go further, Minato said. Shikaku and Yoshino left a little after and Minato left right after them. Frigg stayed alone, cleaning the house and then going to some ladies' houses. Minato was on a training area, improving Rasengan, but he was not doing so well. The man had already destroyed some trees, but the effect was never the one he wanted to be. Minato complained. Even developing Haraisen was easier. Minato looked to the sky, where the moon was shining. It must already be passing midnight, I better go back home. While walking through the village, Minato was thinking on every detail of his jutsu, to see what he could improve and where was he failing. Fail, now that was a word Minato couldn't stand. His will to succeed was so great he couldn't stand to fail. That was the reason he was training so much Rasengan. The man reached home, entering quietly. He noticed the TV was still on. Minato went to there to turn it off, when he noticed Frigg sleeping on the sofa. The man smiled and grabbed a blanket, covering the princess. Did you stay up waiting for me? He whispered, caressing Frigg's face. You really grown up a lot. You're no longer a spoiled girl, you're an independent woman now. You. Minato felt his head leaning down over Frigg's, while his finger caressed her lips. His eyes slowly closed. He moved his lips, but suddenly stopped. Minato opened his eyes slowly and looked back to Frigg. His desire was increasing too quickly. He grabbed a kunai and s it in his leg. Huge pain. Minato used the pain to free himself from his impulses. The bee fell on the ground. I cannot, Minato breathed in pain. She is, and I, Minato looked down, even deeper. Why can't I forget her? Why do I feel this desire? It is so, burning. Minato looked again to Frigg, who continued sleeping peacefully, unknowing her housemate was paining so much. Yellow Flash got up and limped to his bedroom. He fell on his bed, covering his eyes with his arm. I have to resist. Frigg's image appeared on Minato's mind. He could hear her calling for him as if she was really near him. Am I really? Minato hesitated, swallowing in dry. Loving her. The man fell asleep, with her image on his head. The following day, Frigg was making breakfast when someone rang on the doorbell. The woman put her wig on place and opened. Fuller-san. A black-haired boy with orange goggles entered, followed by a brown-haired girl with squares painted on her face and by a white-haired boy with his neckband covering half of his face. Oh, hello, Frigg said. You've come so early. We aren't early, Minato-sensei is the one who is late. The white-haired boy said. We've been waiting for him for more than an hour. He is disrespecting the ninja rules. A ninja shall always be on the dot. Shizh, Kakashi. You have no kindness in you. Not even sensei you spare from your voracious law-respecting intent. The black-haired boy said, sitting on the table and eating a rice cake that Frigg had just made. Laws are made to be respected. Kakashi remembered. Perhaps, Obito, if you followed the laws, you would be a better ninja. Obito began roaring. Behaving like that will not change what I've said. You. Obito s the hands in the table. Stop, you two. The girl asked. It's okay, Rin. A male voice said. They looked aside and saw Minato on his boxes and black sleeveless shirt. Sensei, your leg, Kakashi said. Rin went near him and put her hand on his injured leg, healing it. You got injured before a mission. That's so irresponsible. Minato looked to him and smiled. It's not irresponsibility. I'm healed now. I knew Rin was coming, so I waited for her. Minato explained. Kakashi looked to him. Did you get injured during your training yesterday? Frigg asked. Minato looked to her and blushed a little. Why haven't you called me? I would help. I'm fine now, Minato said, putting his hand on Frigg's face. She smiled. I'm going to buy some food for you to take on the mission. Frigg said and left with her purse on her arms. Minato followed her with the eyes, blushing again. Sensei, come have breakfast, Rin called. Minato didn't hear. Sensei, Rin repeated, but louder. The Junin looked to her. Breakfast. Sure, Minato said and sat on the table, near Obito. The Uchiha was looking to him, while he appeared to be thinking a lot while looking to the rice cakes. Obito was sure Minato was someplace else but in the kitchen. Sure she is a peach. Obito whispered at Minato's ear. Yeah, Minato answered so quietly as if he didn't know what he was talking about or as if he remained in that far, far away place. Obito grinned. Kakashi and Rin looked to him and then to Minato, getting ready for some stupid joke from their team partner. You haven't slept because you were imagining yourself having s with her, haven't you? Obito asked quietly, as if he didn't want to pull the subject. Minato continued so far away, that he answered. Yes. Kakashi and Rin blushed a lot, while Obito was hiding his laugh. I can't believe he actually asked Sensei that, Rin thought. That loser. I'm quite sure he is going to ask something even more dim-witted. Kakashi realized. One more and he is going to be so embarrassed that he will have no other choice but to confess. The Uchiha thought. Obito came closer to Minato, while he continued with the head on the clouds, and whispered again at his ears. Were you while thinking? Obito asked. Ye. Minato appeared to have awakened up and looked to Obito with his eyes opened wide. Obito was hiding his laugh. Rin was really red while looking to her sensei. Kakashi was also a little blushed. Obito, you. He. Sensei, you pervert. Obito mocked. Then you said it was your leg, I can see which leg was. You stupid. Minato grabbed Obito, holding him with his arm around the N, while making pressure with his hand knots on the Uchiha's head. How dare you asking things like those? I'm a grown-up man. Sensei, you're hurting me. Obito alerted. Minato continued punishing him. Do you think I'm an Uchiha like you to be a freak? You're so screwed, Minato said. Someone knocked on the door. They all looked there quietly. Don't worry, Sensei. We can wait while you get laid with Fuller-san. Obito mocked. Minato pinched him. Obito screamed a little. You shouldn't say those things to Minato-sensei. Rin alerted, healing Obito. He looked to her. She blushed a little. I really would like to know from where you take those ideas of yours. Kakashi asked. Obito made an angry face to him. Come on. Fuller-san lives with Sensei for more than 5 years from now. I'm surprised how they haven't got married. Obito asked. Sensei is not an Uchiha, as forward, he is not a breeding machine. Kakashi mocked. Obito looked angry to him. Maybe that's why you are so slow of thoughts, so many consanguinity. Why you? Obito was about to punch Kakashi, but Rin held him. Obito, please calm down, she asked. He did so. He noticed Rin's arms around him and looked back to her. She blushed a little and removed her arms. Obito blushed too. Yes. Minato opened the door. He smiled. Kajuru. Good morning, Minato-sama. Kajuru said. She was dressing a dark pink kimono with drawings of lotus flowers and ibis. Come to pay a visit. Kajuru raised her hands, showing a basket with some cakes and candies. Candy, Minato said, grabbing the basket. Kajuru-san. Obito ran to her, hugging the woman. She was caught by surprise. I'm so happy to see you again. Obito-chan. Kajuru exclaimed and then smiled. She put her arms around him. Obito started crying. Once Kajuru didn't live in the village, she didn't know what was happening. Minato put his hand on Obito's shoulder. Don't be like that, Minato said. Obito looked to him. Come on. Go to the bathroom and clean those eyes of yours. Obito ran to the bathroom. Go check him, Kakashi. Kakashi left, so as Rin. Kajuru looked to Minato. Obito is passing through lots of situations. He may look cheerful, but I can see deep inside his eyes that he thinks he is not the shinobi he should be. Kajuru looked down. Obito wishes to be as strong as his father and does his best in every mission, but, Kajuru looked to Minato, noticing his worry with his student. Phoenix is not in Konoha, because he is War Lands. Obito may be with his relatives, but he misses his father a lot. I see, he wants his father to be here to train him so he could improve, although, Kajuru realized. Minato looked to her. Why did he run into me? Minato smiled. Kajuru looked to him. He knows his father is in love with you. Minato informed. Kajuru looked aside, a little angry. I remember when you were dating. You seemed to love him a lot. You even talked about getting married, but then, you suddenly started refusing him and then you broke up and now you seem to hate him. Why? Kajuru looked to Minato. Sorry, Minato-sama, I don't want to talk with you about that. Kajuru answered politely. Minato knit his brows. But I want. Minato insisted. Kajuru stared at him. Tell me, why? I'm worried about you. You're getting old. I want you to have a family. Kajuru. My duty is to protect you. That's the only answer you need to all of your questions. Kajuru answered, a little angry. Please. When will you start talking to me as if we were equals? Minato asked. I'll never be equal to you. Kajuru said and gazed Minato in the eyes. Now if you excuse me, I have a meeting with Hokage-sama. With Hokage-sama. Minato stranged it. What? What does the Hokage want with you? That's what I'm going to find out. Kajuru smiled, made a bow and left. Minato continued looking to her. There was another noise on the door and Frigg entered. Minato's eyes opened wide, gaping at her eyes. They looked for a while. I need to get in, Minato-san, so, if you don't mind, would you let me pass? Frigg asked. Yellow Flash blushed a lot and moved aside. The woman entered and he looked to her, so in love, and what a feeling that was. It was so great that made him smile without knowing the reason and made him sigh deeply as his face blushed. I wonder, Minato thought. Does she feel the same I do? Minato's smile vanished. No, he sadly realized. I'm the one wandering. Come back to Earth, Minato. Minato closed the door. In the Hokage's building, Sandaime was waiting for Kajuru, while smoking his pipe. The great ninja was staring at his village with a concerned look. My village, Sandaime whispered. All the leaves need the strength of the log to maintain themselves. I need to choose wisely. There was a knock on the door. Come in. Good afternoon, Hokage-sama. Kajuru said. The Hokage looked to her. As expected, she didn't make a bow. The old man sat on his chair. As you know, consulting your family has become a procedure to the nomination of the new Hokage. Once you're the one protecting that family, the new Hokage must keep the secret and be sure nothing bad happens to the unnamed clan. Sandaime said. Kajuru continued looking to him. I've already talked with lots of clan leaders, it only misses consulting my 2 students and the Hyuga and the Uchiha's leaders. Everyone else has appointed the same person. Kajuru knit her brows. Sandaime looked deeply into her pink eyes. You've lived in Konoha and my sources tell me that you have a great ability of knowing a people's true personality just by hearing the way they speak and by the way they stare at the others, just like Minato has. Rare are the ones who have that ability. I'm asking you, who do you appoint as my successor, as Yondaime Hokage? Kageru continued looking to him and moved her eyes to the left, while thinking. Sandaime was analyzing her by the way she was behaving. Kageru closed her eyes. So, have you reached a conclusion? I chose Namikaze Minato, Kageru said. Sandaime's eyes opened wide and then smiled. Why? Sandaime asked. He is the only one who has a leader profile suitable for the war times we are passing through. He loves Konoha and has the courage and guts to defend it in any circumstance. Kageru smiled. Minato-sama has a political intelligence that he can use without losing his modesty. He knows how to deal with pressure, he knows how to deal with war, and he is willing for peace so much that he can patiently wait for the perfect moment to establish it. He has lots of ideas he shares with his friends, ideas about how to improve Konoha, even during war. I cannot find anyone else, with so many attributes fitting the ones of a Hokage. Is that your final answer and your arguments? Sandaime asked. Yes, Kageru assured with another smile. Don't you think that would be dangerous? A demon will come to Kei Minato. If he became Hokage, he would put all Konoha in danger. Sandaime remembered. If I was able to leave the castle, so Minato will also be able to leave Konoha before a demon can come and Kei him. Kageru said. Sandaime stared at her. He loves Konoha so much, I can assure you, he would rather instead of seeing his beloved village perishing. Kageru closed her eyes. Most probably, he may be Hokage for a few time, but he will make that time the best Konoha has ever lived in this last years. I see. Sandaime closed his eyes. You may go. Kageru left. Sandaime opened his eyes. Namikaze Minato, your son really does suit you well, Ryazaki. You have passed away so soon and you had so many brilliant ideas too. But choosing one of your family, Sandaime closed his eyes. This is a hard choice, but I can't simply pass away without choosing another Hokage. The days were passing by over Konoha. Minato was having dinner with his team, Frigg and Kageru, although, Kageru didn't sit while Minato was in the table, as always. So, Kakashi, I heard tomorrow you are going to be ordered Junin. What are you going to do now? Minato asked. He looked to his sensei and then looked down. Obito appeared to be a little envious. I'll become even a greater ninja. Kakashi said. Obito looked down. Minato noticed it. For tomorrow, Hokage-sama has appointed us a very important mission that I will reveal to you later. Now, I want you to go home and sleep. So sensei can go to bed and, Obito was about to speak but Minato placed his eyes right in front of his. Minato was trying to embarrass the little Uchiha. Don't you have something to say to Rin? Obito. Minato asked. Obito blushed a lot. Rin looked expectantly to him. Frigg looked to her and then to Obito. Come on. Don't be shy. You're an Uchiha. Uchihas don't have problems with talking about their feelings, do they, Obi-chan? Obito. Rin called. Obito looked to Minato, who smiled. You're making it on purpose. You want me to be embarrassed. Obito whispered to Minato. Here you made it, here you pay for it. Minato said, grinning. So, Rin is waiting. Obito looked to her and then aside, really blushed and making a pout. Say it. Okay? Rin gulped, blushing a lot. Frigg and Kakashi looked to her and then to Obito. Kakashi asked me to steal your underwear. Minato was caught by surprise. What? Rin looked to Kakashi open-mouthed. Me. I would never. Kakashi was about to excuse himself, but Rin s him. You pervert. Rin screamed. Obito tried to hide his laugh, just like Minato, Frigg and Kageru. I'm going home. Wait, Rin. He is lying. I never stole any underwear of yours. Kakashi went after her. Minato looked to Obito. You little. A ninja must be able to adapt to the situation, nay. Minato-sensei. Obito said. See you tomorrow. Obito. Frigg called. He looked to her. She tried to smile for him. Before you leave home, tomorrow, leave everything clean and, help that old lady with her baggage and, hug the ones dear to you. Okay. Obito smiled and left. Frigg looked down. Minato looked to her and then to Kageru. I see. Obito's eyes will see the future, Frigg said. The future. Well, Let's finish din. Someone knocked on the door. Kajuru went and opened it. Oh, Kajuru-san, Jiraiya said, hugging her. I'm so happy to see you again, so healthy, and the senin looked to her be so big. I'm also happy to see you, Jiraiya-san, Kajuru said, pushing him away with her hands. Minato-sama is on the kitchen. Jiraiya and Kajuru entered. Frigg was washing the dishes, with her back turned to Minato. The senin and the Nakamura noticed the way Minato was looking to Frigg. He continued staring at her as if his sensei or his housemaid weren't there. He was really blushed and his eyes appeared to be lost within the burning passion inside his heart that screamed for Frigg and that was shut by his body and by the small but infinite distance between them. Jiraiya continued looking to him and then to Frigg. Is her? Jiraiya whispered to Kajuru. No, I haven't seen her with a look like that and she does not feel the same, but, Kajuru bind her hand. She felt really sad. Minato-sama. I never saw eyes like those. Jiraiya whispered, continuing looking to Minato. He really appears to love her. We know Minato very well, he won't do anything, but, with eyes like those. I can see a huge passion, bigger the love, bigger the suffering. Minato continued looking to Frigg, while his feelings made him smile. Wait. Jiraiya put his arm around Kajuru. She looked to him. The senin made some hand seals and whispered. Tuten no jutsu. Jiraiya and Kajuru became invisible. As expected by Jiraiya, Minato didn't notice their presence. Frigg turned back to the table, getting Minato's plate. She looked to him, who continued blushed and smiling while appreciating her. Your face is a little red, are you with a fever? Frigg innocently asked. Minato smiled more. Yeah, I guess I can call it something like that. Minato euphemized. Frigg grabbed a small blanket and wetted it in cold water. She came back and put it on Minato's forehead. The man was feeling even hotter with the scald so close to him. His heart was ordering him to grab her, although his brain begged for him to remain still. I'm going to make you a sweet cup of milk with honey. It's a holy medicine for fevers. Frigg said. Minato's eyes were stuck on her lips and calling for her. She was about to move, but Minato grabbed her pulse. Frigg was caught by surprise. Stay, just a little, Minato asked quietly and softly, while moving his head to get near Frigg's. Kajuru looked worried to him. Please, Kurogen Dono, don't let him, I beg you, Kajuru asked within her mind. Closer, Minato continued looking to her. Oh, you really seem to be with a bad fever. I need to put more blankets on your bed and make you the milk. Frigg said worried. Minato moved his arm, rubbing his hand on Frigg's arm. She continued looking to him as if she was feeling nothing. Minato-san. He continued looking to him. Kajuru was about to interfere, but I don't need the milk. Minato said, looking down and sighing sadly. I'm going to bed. Minato got up and was about to leave. Are you sure? You don't seem to be fine. Frigg insisted. Minato bound his hands, trembling a little. Minato was about to speak, but Kajuru appeared. He was caught by surprise, just as Frigg. Minato-sama. Kajuru called, making a smile. Let me take care of you. You'll be from your hand. Minato looked down. Kajuru looked to Frigg. Make the milk, please, Fuller-san. Yes, Frigg said. Jiraiya also appeared, looking to Minato. Yellow Flash was now on his bedroom, while Kajuru was doing a curative on his hand. Minato appeared to be very sad. You love her, don't you? Kajuru asked. Minato looked to her, with his breath speed increasing a lot. That much. Minato lowered his eyes. I don't want to, but, coming back home and having her smiling, even being her a little dull, I don't want to. Minato said. Kajuru caressed his face. If you resist this, you will resist everything. Kajuru said. Minato looked to her. It's just a little more. Soon, Ryokugen-kun will enter in contact with you. Minato sighed nervously. I can help. I will surpass this alone. Minato said. Kajuru looked down. There is something I've been wondering to ask you. The woman looked to him. You told me, when I was younger, that my name was not Namikaze. Then, I've been wondering, did you name me Namikaze, so my name can be spelled as, the harbor of wind and waves? Yes. Why? Because I love that song. Kajuru explained. How did you learn that song? Minato asked. She smiled. I've already told you before, I've read the myth of Kurogen, the song is part of the myth. I used to sing it for you when you were young. Kojiru explained. Minato looked down. Jiraiya entered in the room. Oh, my boy, you put yourself in a big trouble. Jiraiya played. Minato smiled, showing his teeth. I came to tell you to come back from your next mission, alive. I've always come back alive. Minato said. Jiraiya smiled to him. I know. Jiraiya said softly. Kojiru looked to Jiraiya. Milk. Frigg entered with a tray. I've also brought a piece of cake. She placed the tray on Minato's legs. Enjoy. Minato started drinking the milk. It's bee splashed into Minato's face. His eyes opened wide. Frigg had a huge C over her arm. She didn't even have time to scream. The moon princess fell on the ground. Kushina. Minato got up in a start and grabbed her. Kushina. Kushina. Hear me. It's me, Minato. What happened? Jiraiya asked, also kneeling near her. Where did that came from? Kushina. Speak to me. Minato was shaking her. Kojiru grabbed the curatives and started healing her. How did you see yourself? Inside Frigg's mind, there were lots of water channels in the middle of a green forest. All the channels lead to a huge lake that was identical to the one in the garden of Freya. In the middle of the lake was a huge lotus flower, and above the flower was the body of a pink-skinned and blonde-haired woman with butterfly wings and a beautiful white dress that resembled the petals of a rose. Golden chains were holding the woman in the hair. The chains were coming from everywhere and completely disabled her moves. Her arm was B, the same injured arm Frigg had. Why? The woman whispered, while crying. I simply wanted to be free. Her tears fell on the lotus. Please, save me. The chains were so tight that were already craved into her body, leaving awful T-scars. Just one time, all this pain, save me, more tears fell. I can sense you near me, you're the only one who can free me, save me, please. Back into real world, Frigg opened her eyes. Minato smiled. You're okay, he said, blushing. What happened? I don't know, I felt something ail me, as if I was trying to get away from something that was holding me, it pained so much. Frigg said and got up, helped by Minato. Don't ever worry me up like that again, Kushina. Minato said. Frigg sighed. It's Fuller. Frigg corrected. My name is Fuller, not Kushina. I know, but I can't spell Furula, besides, I like Kushina, is far more beautiful and way easier to spell. Minato said, blushing a little. Frigg smiled. The group went to sleep. Kojiru decided to leave in the next day, right before Minato's team mission. Minato was now putting his bag on his back, while saying bye to Frigg. Well, this mission can take some days, so I don't know when I'll be back. Minato informed. Frigg smiled to him and was about to speak, but Minato covered her mouth with his hand. No future telling. Both smiled. Bye. Minato kissed her forehead and left, closing the door. Frigg continued smiled. Bye, Hokage-sama. Frigg whispered. The Hokage was on his office, watching Minato leaving the village through the main gate. A strong log, I wonder, Sandaime said, while a cloud of smoke came out of his pipe. A week has passed since Minato, Kakashi, Rin and Obito had left, and now only 3 of them came back. Rin was crying, while Kakashi looked sad to her. Sensei, Kakashi whispered. Minato looked to him. I don't know if Kakashi passed his finger by the scared eye of his. Rin continued crying quietly and looked to him. She walked and stopped in front of Kakashi. The girl grabbed his headband and pulled it down, covering his left eye. There, Rin said. Minato looked to them and pulled the children to him. They looked up. Hey, he is a hero now. I'm sure he didn't want to see you like that. Minato said, and the 3 entered in Konoha. Minato left them on their houses, advising them to be calm. After that, Minato looked to the road. Now, there is someone I need to talk with. Yellow Flash walked through the village until he gets to the Uchiha district. Minato stepped in and stopped in front of a huge house, with the Uchiha's fan on the lanterns and on the doorknobs. Minato knocked. A black-haired man, with a dark green scarf and black clothes opened the door. Minato, what are you doing here? The man asked. Minato looked to him in the eyes. Phoenix, I've got some bad news to you. Minato said with calmness, as if he was preparing Phoenix for a disaster. He looked to him. I've just came out from a battle between our troops and the Sands and you're saying me I've got more bad news, what? Now I'm going to be transferred to the rain to battle the rock. Phoenix asked. You don't need to worry with the rock, I've just battled them in the grass country, they won't attack us so soon. Minato said. Phoenix continued looking to him. So what? Phoenix asked. Minato decided to face him in the eyes. Your son, Obito, Minato started. Phoenix continued hearing, becoming a little nervous with the Junin's expression. He perished while battling with the rock ninjas. Phoenix's eyes opened wide and he appeared to be in shock. Sorry, I wasn't there in time. Obito, Phoenix lowered his look. His hair covered his eyes. The Uchiha bound his hand. Minato continued looking to him. A shinobi appeared behind Minato. Minato-sama, Hokage-sama requests your presence immediately. The shinobi said. Yes, I'm going. Minato said. The shinobi disappeared. Minato looked back to Phoenix. He appeared to be crying silently. Phoenix went back inside and s the door in Minato's face. Obito fought well, he saved his comrades, the door continued to be closed. He loved you lot. Minato closed his eyes and left. Minutes later, Minato had entered the Hokage's office. Sandaime was looking to the sky, while smoking. Have you called, Hokage-sama? Minato asked. Yes, I've got word of your spectacular exhibition against the rock ninjas. You saved us, Sandaime said, without taking the eyes out of the window, while the leaves were falling from the trees. Well, I was doing my duty. Minato said. Sandaime smiled. I've called you here because I want to know your opinion about something very important. Important. Minato became curious. I've already talked with everybody with high influence in Konoha, regarding the nomination of Yondaime Hokage. Sandaime informed. Minato's heart started beating 4 times faster. All of them appointed the same person. You're the only one I miss consulting. So, now that you've come back from another succeeded mission, Sandaime turned to Minato, gazing him in the eyes. Who do you appoint to be the new Hokage? Minato continued to be very nervous. Pardon my interruption, Hokage-sama, but, Minato said. Sandaime looked to him. If everybody else appointed the same person, why are you consulting me? You already have the name you're searching for. Sandaime smiled. Well, if you don't want to appoint anyone, then tell me, what kind of attributes shall the future Hokage have? Sandaime asked. Courage. Minato answered immediately. Below courage there is nothing. Sandaime looked to him. It has to be someone able to distinguish feelings and duty, but also someone who can use both in profit of a better good. Someone with a big heart and... I understand your point, Sandaime said and sat on his chair. Minato continued expectantly looking to the Hokage. I guess there is nothing more to talk with you. Minato's heart appeared to be working with full power, beating so fast that it could go on fire. You can keep this as a secret or you can simply go outside and started scream for the 4 winds, Minato. I must say to you, it was very easy to choose the new Hokage. Everybody else had the same opinion I had. What can I say? With an ability like that person, there is no one else we could appoint. Not choosing it would be a huge mistake. Minato didn't take his eyes out of Sandaime. The Hokage noticed and decided to continue playing with him. That person. I'm sure it's going to be so happy for hearing its promotion. Sure it has all the attributes everybody described in here. Hokage-sama, who is that person? Who is going to be the next Hokage? Minato asked, trying to hide his anxious. Sandaime took out his pipe. Isn't it obvious to you? Everyone who came here said the same name, so, I'm sure you are also going to choose it. Sandaime said. The next Hokage, Yondaime Hokage, it's going to be. Who? Namikaze Minato. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.